Hey guys, good evening. Guys, if you're able to see my screen, just type yes in the chat box so that we can get started. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. So let's begin. So we'll continue with the API testing sessions. So today I'm going to take a detailed session on API testing. So be with me for a good amount of time today. Fine then. So let's continue wherever we have stopped in the last session. So let me go to the location where we have the nodes, and by using the nodes, I'll be teaching you the stuff. Just give me a second. Let me go to the location where I'll be opening my notes. Just give me a second. Yeah, here we have the notes. Once I go to these notes, in the last session, I was explaining about this HTTP status codes, right? So 1 minute, let me delete this. Is not required. Go to bin. Go to bin. These are not required. Till here is enough. Okay. So we are here right now, and we need to go till here. Fine. So let me open this. And you can clearly see that I've explained almost all HTTP status codes. This most important ones I covered in the last session. In the 4x series, these most important ones are already covered, right? Already have covered this most important ones. And then we have these less important ones. Even though they are less important, we need to understand them at a high level. So under the 4x series of this HTTP response status codes, I completed till 404, not found. Okay. Now the next one, there are four more left out. In 4x series, we have three more, which are less important. And 5x series, we have one ultimately. Okay. If we complete this four, we are done with this particular topic. So let me complete this topic first. So what is the next status code we have here? In 4x series, what is the status code we have? And I'm going to explain now. So what is the next? Just give me a second. What is the next status code? 405. Okay. 405 is the status code. 405 status code. So what is 405 status code and when do we get this 405 status code? I'm going to cover right now. Okay. So method not found. So we need to first find out what are the different methods that are supported by this our endpoints of the APIs which we are actually testing. Generally, the APIs will generally support the different endpoints, right? Different methods, right? Let me open the Postman tool meanwhile. The next status code is 405, that is method not found. Here, let me write down method not found. Method not found. Okay. So if you're trying to, in this, if the developers have properly built your API requests and you know that which methods like get method, post method, put method, patch method, delete method, head method, options method, trace method, a lot of methods will be there, right? Okay. So trace, send. So different things are coming here that this is something different stuff. Let's go here and give trace option here and send this 405. Is it coming? Guys, is 405 not coming or not? Trace is supported by this. Is trace supported by this? No, right? If it is not supported, you'll get this 405 not allowed. Okay. Can go and check in different situations. So let me do one thing. A lot of things are there here. Let me close all this stuff. Cancel, sorry. Uh, don't save. Just close this. Don't save. Close, 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 close. Let me close all this stuff and go to something which makes sense. Here, everything I closed, and here we have this post register, and here in the body, we are sending the email and password. We need to separate this with comma, and then JSON is there. Everything is good. Click on send button and see whether it is working or not. Yes, it is working. Now I'll change it to trace. if this particular method, okay, if this particular trace method is not supported by this application APIs, then we generally get 405 not allowed. Okay. Clear, understood, guys? If I give a proper one, I'll not get 405. Okay. If I get one, 200 okay is coming. Okay. It should be not get also. It should be post actually. Okay. Sometimes it will be working. That's okay. You are getting the registered people. It's properly working. You are getting a proper response only when you use a proper method. In place of the post method, if you are using get method, you are getting another, some default values in the response you are getting. The purpose of registering the account is not happening if you use a get method. Okay. If you use a proper method only, things should happen. What should happen when you use a different method in this case? It all depends on how the developers have developed this API. You need to discuss with your developers and see, these are the observations I have. What do you think is right? Whatever the things you feel are wrong, you have to discuss with your developer. Accordingly, developers will modify their code. Okay. It may not be ideal always. So to some extent, developers will accept. To some after some extent, some developers will not accept. If strict programming rules are being followed in your company by the developers will accept whatever you say as part of API testing. But if you in your company they're focusing on important things, okay, their goal is something very important and they're not worried about small issues, in that case they'll not consider your this particular thing as a defect even though you claim that it is a defect. Okay. So it all depends on your conversations and have written proofs that is this is not a defect. That's what you have to do as a software tester. Okay, send all the observations and make the developers confirm that this is not a kind of thing, and either in the defect reporting tool or wherever it is, they should comment saying that this is not a valid one. Okay, then we are good to go. Click on send. If I use put, some other response is coming. Okay, so like that, different methods you can change and do. And if you use a particular method which is not supported, okay, I don't know whether options is supported, but if I click on send, 200 no content is coming, so it's not giving any response here. So, but trace is another method which actually is 405 not allowed is coming. Okay, so whatever the methods which are supported, those only will work. Otherwise, we will get this HTTP status code as 405 status code. Clear everyone with 405 status code? When it will come is clear for you. When that method is not supported, as a response, you'll get this status code as 405 status code in the response. Okay, as a response from the server. Fine. The next one is 422. Okay, anyhow, let's go through these notes. Method not found. Use options to find. You see, not all applications will allow you to use options, right? In this case, when I was using options, right, it's not working for me. Okay, it's not working because it's not giving me any response. So, that's okay. If it works, then you know which methods are supported, which methods are not supported. Then go here and use a different method and see whether it is you are getting this 405 not found or not for the unsupported methods. It's not compulsory to get this status. It depends on the developers. I told you just now, right? Yeah, that's it. The next one is 422. Everyone type in the chat box 422 status code. 422 status code. Okay. 422 status code. Next one is 422 unprocessable entity. Okay, unprocessable entity. When it will occur? In case of unprocessable entity. Entity. Okay, unprocessable. Okay, Processable. Processable. Okay, unprocessable. Processable. Unprocessable. Okay, unprocessable entity is the reason behind this 422 status code. That is, you see here, there is a situation where, one of the example is given where you are trying to upload unsupported media type. Okay, unsupported media type. For example, you need to upload image in PNG format, but you are uploading in some other format like JPEG or whatever it is. Okay, there is no mistake from your side while sending the request, but whatever the file or media type that you are uploading is a unsupported one by the server. Okay, server will reject that. Okay, if you are trying to upload something which is not supported, then in that case you will get this 422 status code. So I don't have an example for that, but let's try to get some example using the chat GPT's help. These days the things are very easy. Okay, 422 status code example to try in example to try in Postman tool for learning. Okay, content type of the require usually JSON or format data and syntax is correct, but okay, this is what is it's called actually. Fine, user registration API. One example is given, guys. Example.com and content type is application JSON. Okay, expected request body is this one. Try sending this incorrect payload in Postman and give username, not a email address, raw JSON and expected. Okay, you'll get this. How to test locally. Don't have an API, you can mock a API service like this and create your own endpoint tools like, okay, so uh, can you give some real-time example to try? Okay, we got one thing, repose. So here request, okay, let's try this out. You'll get 401 if you are not authenticated, but if you authenticate, pass a blank. How to get authenticated? Your personal access token we have to give regarding the GitHub. So all this stuff we have to do by ourselves, guys. Okay, just copy this. Then go here and click on plus and then give this here. And this is like post. Just change it to post. Let's try our level best in trying this out. Headers, authorization. Here authorization is already there. Anyhow, in that bearer is there. Bearer token. Recommended setup. Anyhow, it's giving. Here we have to give the GitHub token. How to get the GitHub token? How to get the GitHub token? So for that, just search here and GitHub authorization token. I'll ask like this and just go here and dismiss and yeah, fine. Okay, so let's go back here and okay, let's generate a user access token. First of all, let me go to GitHub here and see whether I'm able to log in and I'll just search for authorization token. I'll go here. Mostly I'll find it here, I think so. Last time, where did we find that, guys? Your profile. Okay, so apart from this, settings are there. Settings is the one, I think so. In that, okay, I think this is the one I'm just thinking. Passkey, I think so. Just click on this and yeah, just give me a second. I'll try this. Just give me a second. Mm, okay, okay, add a passkey, answer, add a passkey, create, answer. What is this? Is the one, or I'm checking for something. The token, right? This is a token. Passkey, okay. Mm, Okay, otherwise I'll just do one thing. Settings, tokens, personal access tokens, settings, then click personal access tokens. Anywhere it is there. Count. Okay, let's go here. Click to generate new token. This is not token. Just search for token here. No. Nope. Settings. Developer. Scroll down to developer settings. Here are developer settings. In settings, then developer settings is here. Yeah. Then personal access tokens. Tokens classic. Generate new token. Token classic. Okay. Give some note. Demo. Then create generate token. Token has been created. Copy this token. I'll delete this later. Come back here and give that. And after that, what we have to do next? Okay, let's go back. Here, headers. Authorization token has come here automatically. And the next one is content type. Do we have content type here? Content type application JSON. Content type. Here, application by JSON you select. Okay, then good. Then body. Just copy this. Raw JSON. Go to this body. Select raw and paste it. Okay. Send it to see what is happening. Not found. Status 404. Okay. 404 not found. Unauthorized. We need to give the credentials. So this, then we have to give. Okay. So we have to give proper name, I think so. Create 1 minute. Okay, in body raw, what happens? You'll get unauthorized if not authenticated. But if you authenticate, pass a blank name, you'll get unprocessable entity. Okay, try with curl repose where content type body. Let's copy this body. Invalid empty name. Response should come as validation failed, missing field, errors. What is the response we are getting? This is the response we are getting. Just go down here and paste it. Okay, post, mirror, content type, user agent, postman, requires user agent header, name, body raw, leaving name empty will cause a phone, but it's not giving me right. Instead, we are getting message not found. Documentation URL, status 404 is coming. Authorization, headers, content type. Okay, what is already content type is there. Again, we have added it seems. Okay, click on send. Then authorization is coming. Okay, so you have to send the JSON in a improper format. That's what is the thing. Okay. So that's what you are expecting here. Okay. That's what if you are sending something in improper format, you'll get it. Okay. So, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting 404, not 4. Uh, can you give another example to try? Request API. That is better. Yeah, this is better. Register is there. Copy that register. I think this should work for us. It's kind of very easy for us to try all this stuff. Register is there. And the method is post. Just go here and select to post. Then, okay, in the content type, under the headers is a content type is there. JSON by should be there. Content length is there. Content type is not there. So here, let me add the content type. Content, or if I go to the body and select raw and select JSON, automatically content type will come, I think so. Okay, just come back here and see now. Is the content type got added here? It's not added, right? Content type, JSON, then body. In the body, we have to give this email. Missing password should come. Paste it. Click on send. First, missing API key will come for sure. So how to overcome this problem, you already know. Go to the website, request.in, and here get free API key. Then copy this to the header. Okay. Just go to the headers and here paste it. API key and this value. So that then click on send. Missing password is coming and 400 bad request is coming, right? So here, while the status written maybe 400, the error pattern is exactly like a 422. Server understands your request, but it's semantically invalid. Okay. So to see the successful version, send this and okay. So what is the problem that they are trying to explain here about this 4 422 is unprocessable entity. No mistake from our side while sending the request. Uploading unsupported media type or content type, they are saying. But let's find out more about this. Raw JSON, but I'll try to send something in XML format. How the XML format will be there like this in curly brace, this slide. Just click on send. What is happening? 400 bad request is only coming. XML, wrong format, right? Okay, another example is there. Okay, let's try out 405, 422. Finding examples is difficult, guys. I'm trying my level best, but let's see. A 422 unprocessable entity status code is typically used in REST to indicate that the server understands the content type of the request entity, usually JSON or form data, and the syntax is correct, but the server is unable to process the content instruction due to semantic errors or often validation errors. Okay. So if you give wrong format and all, if the server doesn't understand, automatically that will come. They are saying just click on this send and what is happening? only defined user success registration, some kind of message is coming, but here 400 bat request is coming though. Okay. May or may not come. Sometimes 400 will come, sometimes exact 422 may not come. That's okay. Okay. So if it comes, ideally, if it comes, then we are good. Okay. Otherwise, it's also fine. Okay. So some other things should, proper message should come anyhow. It's not possible us to find a proper straightforward example for that. But you are giving me something, Chetan. What is that about? Is that 405 or 422? Chetan, whatever the example you are giving for get or some link you have sent, right? That is for 405 or 422? No, we need for 422. Give some example which gives 422 instead of 400. Okay, Stripe API, payment gateway, use an expire card. You need a Stripe test account and API key. You see, these things are realistic, guys. We have to go to the extra mile and create the accounts and, do all this stuff and then they will work. Okay. I think GitHub should work, but, the problem with GitHub was some other thing is coming. I tried here. Can you give example for GitHub? Okay. So can you give step-by-step process to get this? It's giving the step-by-step process only. Go to GitHub tokens. Let me go there. Then just now I created this, right? I'll delete this. Understand, delete that. The next one. First, let me go here, copy this. Copy this. Let me try this again. Just go and paste. Then change it to post. Let's change it to post. Then authorization, bearer. Go to authorization and here select bearer token. And here see whether we have the token here. If you come here and close all this stuff and generate new token, token name, demo, G demo, create token, generate token. Let's see what will come here. Yeah, something came. Let's see this time what will happen. I'll just paste it, clear this and paste it basically. Into the headers, it will be added anyhow. That's okay. Next, next thing here is content type application JSON is there or not. We have to check. Authorization body. Just go to body here. Update body raw JSON and here headers. Is the content type is there? Nope. Content type is not there. You need to add content type, application JSON. Okay, that is done. Next one. Okay, then send an empty name. Just copy this. Again, the same example, guys. Let's go here to the body and in the raw JSON, you just give this thing, which is not in the expected JSON format with the expected whatever the server is expecting. Then expected response is this one. Click on send and see what is happening. 403 has come. Resource not accessible by personal access tokens. So another error came, though we are trying to get 422, but we got 403 because access related errors are coming. What if it is accessible? Then it would have been good. Okay. Create repository for the authenticated user. Resources not accessible. So here repos. So what we have to give here, just see here, token, generate new token. Repo expiry, click generate, then copy authenticate authorization. Beer and here authorization part I'm missing something guys. Okay, otherwise it is all good. Delete this and let me give a different one. Generate new token. 7 days. Token name G token. Permissions. Block another user. Read and write. I'm just giving all the permissions. Let's see what will happen. I'm giving max permissions here. Yes, let's see what will happen. Copy this time and go here and go to the authorization. Clear this and paste it and click on send. Let's see what will happen this time. Again, the same thing is coming. Okay. Okay. Here, first of all, authentication is not happening for this real application. That's a problem. Hmm. So let's do one thing. Let me do one thing. Let's copy this and go here and give this so that it will give you some solution. Generate new token. Go to tokens and generate new token. First of all, go to the GitHub and delete the token and uh, then what it is saying now. Generate new tokens classic. Okay, token classic. Generate new token and classic one, and then Postman test token. Let's copy this as it is. Then next. Expiration optional, that's okay. The next one, what I have to do next? You under scopes check repo. Under scope, where is scope? A, B, C, D. Select scope, select repo. Yes, that is done. Okay, generate. Okay, I selected the scope. Then click, copy the token immediately. You will not, you won't see it again. Okay, so then generate token. Then copy this. Come here. Clear this. Paste it. Send. Now we got it. Finally. There's a lot of efforts we have done, but finally we got it. Right? So the problem here was accessing. Okay, with the help of token, the API request was not able to connect with the GitHub. But once we gave the proper instructions, it got connected, and the actual error got unfolded. Okay, why this error caught? So we are not sending the JSON content in the expected manner. Okay, so whatever this endpoint or endpoint is expecting, whatever the server is expecting from this endpoint, in what format the body need to be sent. In the required format, we are not sending the JSON thing. In that case, we are getting the unprocessable entity. Okay. New repository must not be blank. You have to give some name, right? Without name, how can I give you like that? We cannot process if you don't. You're asking for tea, but you are not telling me what tea you want and all that information you are not telling. Okay. The tea stall person is selling different type of teas, but you are not saying which tea. I want tea. You are saying okay. So if some information is missing and if the server cannot serve your request, then in that case you'll get 422 unprocessable entity. Yeah, though it has taken time, but we have learned a lot of stuff during this process, right? We understood a lot of things during this process, how to get the things done. Okay. So next one here is everyone clear with this? Guys, everyone clear with this example of 422? Yes, great. Then next one is 417. Okay. Next one is 417, that is expectations failed. 417 is expectations failed. 417 status code. Everyone type in the chat box. Okay. Expectations failed. Expectations failed. So here, as per my notes, what is there? One of the example they are giving here is uploading file with correct extension but with wrong size. Okay, but with wrong size. the expectations have been failed, then this will happen. When 500 MB is max size and if you're uploading more than 500 MB size, this is one of the example, but the different examples may be there. For getting a real world example, again, we need to go to the chat GPT guys, I know. This time write 417 status, what is status code? 417, right? 417 status code. There is a more advanced or raised status. This is a more advanced or raised status that mostly show up when you send the header 100 continue and the server doesn't support or accept it. Okay, you are asking for something which is not there, which cannot be served by the digital person. In that case, you'll get this. Okay, so most server don't return 47 by default, but you can simulate it as test using. Here some thing is there. http bin.org status 417. Okay, this is return status code. Great for testing how your client handles it. Let's see here what will happen here. Let's go here and try that out. Most of the applications will not give this, but just for learning purpose, you can simulate this. Okay, just click on the send and see what is happening. 417 expectations failed. Okay, 417 expectations failed. Why we got that and all? You have to see. Server accepts 100 continue, it will return 200. Okay, if it rejects the expectation, 417 status code is written. Simulating continue. For that, you need to go with this HTTP post. This example will take. This example will take this. Okay, they're giving one example here. Let's go with this example, and this is a post one. And after that, sorry, here URL was missing properly. Proper URL is not there. I'll give that first. Then post is there. The next one, headers. 100 continue is expected in headers. Okay, header, expect header. Is there any header like that? No, right? Expect, yeah, expect header is there. In that, we have to expect what? 100 continue, we have to expect. Okay, 100 continue, we have to expect. And body, we are sending as test value. Let's go here, raw, JSON, and test value. Then if the server accepts 100 continue, it returns 200. Okay, if it rejects the expectation, we're asking for something like 100 continue header you are asking, but the server accepts that can do it. Whatever you're asking, it can do it. It will give you 200. Okay, otherwise it will reject by 7 400 status code. Okay, send this and see. 200. Okay, means server is accepting this. Okay, server is accepting that it can do this 100 continue. It can accept. Okay, if not, it will give you 417. Okay, then 200 continue. I'll just write like this and see what is happening. Okay, so 200, okay, is coming. Why 417 is rare impact is only written if the server actively refuses the expectation in the expect header. Most APIs just ignore this and respond with 200 or another valid status. Okay, not in typical REST APIs. How to actually get for learning? We have to simulate and do that, guys. For simulation, Mocky, we have to simulate 417 using Mocky and designer dot. We have to go here and enter response, generate, copy the mock URL and text it in Postman. Okay, so fine. There's a pre-made kind of link here where you are sending something and you'll get expectation failed. Simple, when you run this, you'll get expectation failed. It's very rare to find these examples, guys. We have to only experience that. Okay, so in with this mock kind of stuff, which are prone to give this kind of stuff, okay, which are expected to give this kind of responses. But in real time, if you want to get an example, you will not find much. Okay, so we can ignore that. We can ignore this part, guys. Okay. So anyhow, you'll put this link, it will give you 417 because it's designed to give 417. But in real time, if you want to get 417, it's very rare. That's what they are saying. Okay. That's can clearly understand. Then last one is 5x series, which is 500 internal server error. For the next one, guys, very important one. 500 status code, important one. This is okay. Whenever you get a question, interview question like explain about different status codes, means in that examples, 500 should be there. Okay. Internal server error. Internal server error. So guys, you went to the tea stall and asked for the tea stall person for some tea, but there is some problem at the uh, problem in the tea preparation process. Like the stove is not working. Okay, the stove which is required to heat your tea or prepare the tea is not working. Can the tea stall person can serve you the tea now? Guys, you asked for tea as a like requesting like an API request, you're asking for the tea, and the server is something one like a tea stall person is a server, and the tea stall person without having the stove and preparation, can he do it? No, right? The same thing here. Due to some XYZ reasons, if the server is unable to process your request and give you a response because of the problem at the server side, there's some error at the server side, maybe the application is down or whatever may be the reasons, okay? Internal server error will come, okay? In that case, you'll get internal server error. It's very rare to find that, but it happens. Okay, when you're performing, it happens. What you will do, guys, when you get the internal server error? Will directly report the defect? Will you directly report the defect? Tell me. If you get internal server error, do you directly report the defect? No, we should not directly report the defect. There is no problem in the server. The problem may be, we have to check whether what is the reason behind the problem. Is the server down or something? If the server is down, reporting defect makes sense. Yeah, we'll bring the server up. Even despite of bringing the server up, if you are getting this error, internal server error, because of server is unable to process your request, then you can report the defect. But directly you cannot report the defect, right? 500 status code. Okay. The server encountered an unexpected condition that prevented it from fulfilling the request. You see, we need to report the defect, but we should not directly report the defect. We have to make sure that everything is okay, then only report the defect. Okay. It's a bug crash or config error on the server due to some configuration errors or some bug in the server side or crash on the server side. We may get these kind of errors. Okay. And again, we need to mock it to get this error, guys. Otherwise, we cannot get real examples for this. We cannot get real examples for this when you are performing the testing in the real time. Sometimes you may get this server error, and you need to find out the what is the root cause of the server error. Despite of all the checks like server is running and all those stuff, if the still the server this 500 is coming, then you have to report the defect to the developer. Okay. Otherwise, you should not report the report directly. You have to make sure the server is up and running and all those stuff. Everything is fine with the given configurations and settings. If this particular 500 server error is coming, 500 internal server is coming when the server is still running, then you can report the defect. Okay. Then you can report the defect. Otherwise, you should not report the defect. You need to go and talk to the developer once and check with them what is happening, and if all things are gone bad, then you can report the defect. Okay. Fine then. Yes, you have to report the defect. If server is running and still if you are getting the error, you have to report the defect. Okay, because with 500, server error, you cannot proceed with the testing, right? Server is not processing your request, or due to some reasons, XYZ reason, server is not processing your request. Okay, it's not giving you a proper response. It's unable to process the request. You are asking for tea, but because of some reasons, is you need to first check whether the tea shop is completely closed. Is there any use when the tea shop is completely closed? Go and ask for the tea. Tell me, guys. I'm just giving you one case where you go and check for a tea at the tea stall, but tea stall is closed. If you ask for the tea, will you get the tea, right? That's not correct, right? First, you have to open the tea stall. Then only, even despite of the opening the tea stall and the tea is not getting prepared, then you have to report the defect. Okay, then you have to report the defect because that is a problem with the developer side. Okay, development side. It's not compulsory. Service not up and running. It may be because of different reasons. One of the reason may be service not up and running. Other reasons may be, the configuration settings and all those problems. Okay. It's not just one of the reason is that one. Okay. Important max defects will come here while you are okay. Not recommended automation as kind of stuff. We have to test manually. Mainly we'll be testing that manually, and mostly happens when there are some configuration problems, and because of that API request is unable to get processed by the server, and no response is coming back. In that case, you'll get 500 server error, internal server error. Okay, clear? It's not always service is up and running. It may be one of the reasons. Okay, maybe while the server is getting down, or server is getting down, or server is slowly getting up, you have hit the request before the server has properly started running. While it is loading, then you have hit the request. It may happen where it is not ready to serve you the request. In that case, it may happen. Okay. Or it may happen even after the server is running, you have hit the request, and then you are not getting a proper, you're not getting the response because the service is not available at the server side, or proper service is not required, is not running properly at the server side to process your request. In that kind of cases, you'll get that. Clear, Venkat? Venkat, is that clear? Okay. Fine then. So we are done with the HTTP status codes. Having some knowledge about this different HTTP status codes to this extent is very important, guys, because with this knowledge you can perform the API testing properly. Okay, with this knowledge only you can perform the API testing properly. Now let's move on to the next topics that this one is already covered for you. I don't have to cover again. Is Postman free? Tell me, guys, is it free? Guys, is Postman free? 100% free? 100% free? No. It's a freemium. Freemium. Freemium means to some extent it is free, remaining all to get additional features and all. Okay. Wherever they are limiting us to get those, to unblock the limiting limits and all, we have to go for the paid versions. And if you're okay for learning purpose, free is enough. But when you work in real time, the free may not be enough. You may have to go with the paid versions. Okay. In real time. Clear? It's freemium. Okay. It's not completely free. It's freemium. Next one is, let's move on to the next one. That is creating the workspaces and collections in Postman tool. Okay, let's go with the Postman tool, and let me delete all this stuff. Okay, I want to create everything fresh. So let me delete all this stuff. I'm trying to delete, collection got deleted, and let me close all this stuff also. Nothing is there now. And here workspace is also there. Even settings. I want to, what is there? Delete workspace. Just click on delete workspace, and batch 6 API testing workspace, delete workspace. Okay, like that we'll see. Now, when you launch the Postman tool, it will look something like this only, right? Okay, no workspaces and all. Okay, let's close this and launch it again. Let's launch Postman tool. Let's launch Postman tool here. Once I launch the Postman tool here, hello, I'll just simply say hello, and it will look something like this. When you launch for the first time, it will look something like this. And here, first thing is that I need to create a workspace. Okay, how to create a workspace? Here, workspaces option is there. In that, some personal is coming, but I want a proper workspace. Create workspace, I need to click. Okay, then just go with the blank workspace for now. Don't worry about the templates and all. Click on next, or go back and see API testing. For API testing, I want the workspace, right? We are going to perform API testing using this workspace. So click on next. Then give some workspace name. I'll just give the workspace name as workspace 1. The location where your this collection projects will be stored. This is a location where the collection projects will be stored in your computer machine. This is nothing but the workspace. And here internal means build and test APIs within your team. Okay, this is in real time. This is a famous one. In real time, When you are working in the companies, this is the one. Okay. If you're not working in a company, if you are not worried whether, just for learning purpose, you can go with public also. But let's go with internal so that we'll sync with the real term. Just click on create. You have multiple ways, guys, only for invited people and internal, lot of things will be there. And I created a workspace and, so how to use a workspace, some information has come. That's okay. Then some template came, you see, some template came. So by default, some template came like how do you have to use this thing and all. If you don't want to use this, if you don't want to use this as a template and all, then what you will do? Again, go here, go to the workspace, go to settings here. Again, delete this workspace, workspace. I don't want any template. I want to go from scratch. Okay. So here, personal workspace is there. Here, settings are there. Can I delete this personal workspace also? Personal workspace, delete. Now, no workspaces are there, I think so. Yeah, create workspace only is there. Just click on create workspace, blank workspace, click on next. If you don't want any template, you can go with the blank workspace. And here, internal two options are there. You can select any of these options and then give workspace demo. Create a workspace will be created. In that workspace, we can create some collections as covered in the previous sessions. I can create a blank collection for now. New collection. I'll just give the collection name here. Just double click on this and you'll get the collection name. I'll just give this as request. I'm testing the request, right? Request.in. So I'll give the collection name as request. Under the collections, under this collections, some request is coming. Let me delete this. Okay. Here, if I click on place option, this request is this get method is coming. Let me delete again. And here instead of that, I'll just click on this and say add folder. Okay, for categorization, I'll add a folder. I'll go to this request.in. I'll go to this request.in, guys. So fine, 1 minute, GitHub. Let me go to GitHub and go to the settings. I forgot to delete one thing. Developer settings, tokens. Is the token not deleted, right? Let me delete for my security purpose. I'll delete this. Then I can go with this. Okay, then come back, come down here and here. So whenever you get the documentation from the development team, what is the first activity as a software tester we generally do with the Postman tool? You have the Postman tool. You need to create the project, right? Workspace and projects you need to create, yes or no? Tomorrow, if you join a project and you'll get some documentation containing all these endpoints, okay, tail URLs, request, HTTP methods, response, request details like what body you need to send to the server and all those stuff, headers and all those stuff, params and all those stuff, and in the response, what status code you need to get and what response you'll get, all the documentation you'll get, right? Once you get the documentation, what the software testers will do? The software testers will get ready for testing purpose, right? So they will use the documentation. Assume that this is your documentation for now. Okay. Assume that the developers have given this kind of documentation for you. By looking at this documentation, you will come here. You'll create a workspace. Under that, you'll create a collection, which is a project. Under that, you'll create separate with the different folders, and then under the folders, you will convert this into the Postman things. Okay. So that's what is the next thing that every software tester will do before. Without that, the testing will become very difficult. With Postman only, we can perform the testing, right? So we have to get the details. Okay. How to get the details? Here, users, user, then list a resource, single resource not found, create, update. What is this create user? This is update user. Okay. Let's find it out. Okay. Registration. So first I'll go with the registration, guys. Registration. I want to check with the registration. So I'll give a thing here, I'll just rename this as registration. Okay. Registration related APIs. Okay. I'll go here and click on this. First registration is post one. And here I'll open this thing. Just copy this. Come down here. Under the registration, I'll click on add a request or plus symbol. Anything is fine. And here I'll come back, paste this. And this is post, right? I'll just change it to post. And then what else is there? This post register successful related one. And here you can give new request details also. Okay. Register successful. Okay. Register successful. Whatever the name of this API request is there that you give here. Register successful, register unsuccessful, like different things are there. Okay. For example, register successful, post. Then what else is there? Here, this part is there. Come down here. Whatever the information you have in the documentation, come there and select all those stuff and paste it and get the things ready. Okay. So now that's it. Now, once that is done, you just click on the save button. Once you have created that API request successfully in this place, you just have to click on save. That's next. Again, click on place. Another request will be created. Now I'll go here to the documentation and get another one, register unsuccessful one. I'll take. Okay, register unsuccessful one. I'll take. Just go here and same thing, right? Same thing with the unsuccessful details and go here, paste it. Again, it is post body and here register unsuccessful, register unsuccessful. Like with whatever the information, we'll create all this project in your Postman tool while testing guys. Okay, click on draw and JSON and then come back here and go back. And here is unsuccessful one. Missing password error should come. Okay, click on save this. Once this is ready, click on save. Let's go to the next one. Login related stuff are there. Just click on the login. Create a new folder now. Click on, okay, if I not like this, just delete this. Not this way. You have to go here, click on three dots and add folder. And here rename this folder as login. Login related. Like this, you need to categorize your requests. Okay. Add request. Maybe based on your functionality that you are testing, you have to categorize. If you are working in a real project, you know which functionalities APIs will belong to API request and this endpoints belong to. All those things you need to accordingly categorize. This is the activity that generally a software tester will do in real time. Okay. Since I already have worked in several projects, I know the process where once you receive this documentation, you have to convert the documentation into this Postman project. Then you start testing with whatever the things you want as per your test cases. You can do that before you start testing this particular things with your test case and all. First, get these things ready so that it will be handful for you. Okay, things will be handful for you and all those stuff. Okay, so then you can duplicate also if you don't want to change the original one. You can keep this original request as it and create a duplicate copy and work on the duplicate copy. Once the task is done, you can delete the duplicate copy and the original will be still there for your use. You can share this with your colleagues and all those people, the original template and the duplicated template you can work on that so that you don't want to disturb the original one. This is what happens guys in real time. Okay, let's go with the login successful. So I'll go here and simply say login successful, login successful. Okay, then here mostly post, I think so post will be there and this is the one new tab. Let's go here, copy this, just put it here, then go to body, raw, JSON, and go here. Just close all this stuff once the tasks are done. Then here we have this email and password. Copy that email and password, and that's it. Click on save. That's it. You are not testing it right now. You are just preparing it. You are preparing the project with all the required APIs to be tested. That's what you are actually trying to do. Click on next one. What is the next one, guys? We have something like login unsuccessful. Go here, login. Same thing, guys. Okay, login unsuccessful, but copy this. Maybe in real time you'll be adding only one time, guys. Successful, unsuccessful, will not add. Only one thing will add. But here, since the documentation is given like this, we are doing that. Otherwise, we will not do like that. Okay, then post, then body, raw, then next one. Next one we have here is unsuccessful one. This is the email body. Just come back here, paste it, save this. That's it. Okay, then click on place. Is there any other login related stuff here? Delayed response. No, I think this is not required. Delete this. Now let's create another folder. Add folder. I'll just name this as users folder. For users, lot of API requests are there. Click on add, and here I'll go here and list users. API request is there. Get method. Just copy this. Sorry, right click, new open new tab, and then copy this. Come back here, paste it. List users. Give the name. List users. Then get. For the next one, list users. I already have given get is there. That's it, right? Then click on save. You're not going to perform any testing here. Just you are creating the project. That's it. Creating the thing, getting the things ready. The next one we have the single user. Get single user. So get single user. Single user. And here for single user, some ID is there. Okay. Copy this. Here for this also it is there, but for this also it is there. And sorry, no, nothing. Just go here. Whether it is here page is equal to is there, but here directly to is there. That's what is the difference. That's what is the difference. Here page is equal to is there. Here just directly to is there, and just click on save. That's it. Save request. Okay, you need to save, guys. You need to save. After the task is done, you have to save. Then single user not found. Okay, single user not found. Here you see for something single user you give, and here click on plus, and single user not found is a API request. You can name it single user not found. Like this, you can save this. Okay, single user not found, and then get and go here and open a new tab. Some user whose account is not there. Okay, paste it, click on save. That's it. Forget, you don't have to send any information, so this is enough. Let's go back, and here list resource API unknown. So what is that? Name list resource. Click on plus. Just come back here, paste it, and simply save this. That's it. This is a list resource, and here you can give it list resource. Fine. Next, single resource unknown to is there. Single resource. Click on this one is saved, right? Yeah. Just click on plus, and here it is a single resource. Single resource. You are getting the resource details, I think so. Okay. Copy this, paste it here. Click on save. Done. Go back. Come back here. Then single resource not found. Next one is single resource not found. Click on plus here. And here paste it. Single resource not found. Save this. Sorry, I just clicked on send, but I need to save it basically. Okay, then clear response. Okay, I don't have to test it actually. I need to save it. That's it. Okay, I'm just preparing it. Then create. These are also related to users, and so here you can create sub. Oh, sorry, let it be there. I'll delete this anyhow. Delete this, and here I'll just click on this and subfolder I'll create. Here I'll just say get users, get user or users, get user. Okay. Under get users, we have this. Have to move this. Get user, single user not found, list resource. All the strings have to move here like this. Okay. This one is not moved. Yeah, now it's fine. Under the users, I'll create one more folder. This time I'll create a folder on create users. Rename, create user, add request, and for creating post is there. Let's change it to post. Then go open here, copy this, paste it like this. Then next one, JSON thing is there. Go to the body, raw, JSON, paste it, save it. That's it. That part is done. Next one, put update is there. Click on place. Just here change it to put. The next one, open this, copy this URL, paste it here, body, raw, JSON, for put what is there. For updating, these are the things that I'm giving. Click on save, that's it. We are done. Next, update using patch is there. So here I'll click on plus. Here you see new requests are coming. If you want to give some names, you can give, guys. Otherwise, new request will be coming. So we can give some names. Create user. Create user. Here you can rename from here also. Create user. Update user. Update user. This one also update user, but using patch. Update update user using patch. Okay. So then for deleting, we have this. For deleting this, we have. So here, create, go to users and, another folder. I'll just name this as delete user. Under that, add request. So here we have delete. For delete, what is there? Delete is there. Let's go with that method. Then here, delete command we have given, and this thing see how to give. Okay, then let's go here. That's it, right? Don't have to give anything in the body. This is enough. That's it. Click on save if you're done. So like this, we have to create a project. Everyone understood how to create the project out of this documentation given by the developers. Assume that the request.in website page is the documentation given for us in the projects for testing purpose. This API request they have given, the developers after documenting they have given here, and how to convert that into the project is clear in the Postman tool before we actually perform testing. Now this one, I don't want to, because I have done a lot of hard work in creating this project, right? Okay. Venkat, don't go out of box. I'll come to that later. Okay. At right time, I'll cover that. Okay. For now, focus on whatever I'm explaining, Venkat. Okay. So you see here, I created a project. So if I keep on testing this project and change a lot of stuff, will that be fresh project for me to do another cycle of testing? Yes. If I use the same project here, same collection here, and without duplicating it, if I work on the same project tomorrow, another version of the application will come. I want to use this again. I need to create from scratch, right? Yes or no? Again, I need to create this from scratch. This part, this entire project, I need to create from scratch. I don't want to disturb the original one. I want to keep it. You see, this one I have, like, this one I have made it ready before I start testing it, okay? But I don't want to disturb this, okay? So what I want to do is I want to duplicate this. I want to duplicate this, like request copy, and I'll not change the original one. On the duplicate copy, I'll perform testing. Is that a good idea? Is that a good idea, yes or no? Tell me. Original will not be changed. I'll share this original with all my, team members and colleagues and all, and the duplicate one only I'll work. Once the testing is done on this, I may delete this or create another duplicate copy of this, create one more duplicate copy and work on this. That's the best way, right? Okay, instead of, you know, instead of simply request copy, why it's not coming? Just delete this, delete, request copy. It's not coming. Okay. No, it's not happening because I created one duplicate one here. Rename it ABC. Now I'll try to delete this. Okay. I'll try to delete this. Yeah, two names are there. Maybe that is happening. Now, okay, so I need to type delete, right? Yeah, sorry. Some places they're asking me to enter something and some places. Okay, that's okay. That's not the problem. The original one will be still there, guys, but duplicate copy only I'll be start working. Okay, that's the main. Okay, that's the best way of performing testing. Okay, in real time when you're performing testing, don't work on the project that you have created with all the things and all. Okay, keep it aside and create a duplicate copy on that. For each and every thing here, you perform testing. Okay, for each and everything mentioned here, you perform the testing. How to perform the testing and all, I'll cover later. Don't worry. But for now, just understood, right? Before we perform testing, what we do, what are the different activities we do in real time is clear now. Guys, clear so far? How the things will happen in real time, you'll get the documentation. Now you know the basics and understanding of different knowledge points about the APIs you know already. Only thing is that you need to know how to perform API testing in real time in the real projects. You'll get the documentation. You already have the knowledge of these APIs, how to perform testing and what status codes will be there, what methods will be there, what is a endpoint, what is a tail URL, all the headers, what are params, what is authentication, what is response code, what is response formats, JSON formats, everything you know, right? Different type of APIs, styles, everything you have the knowledge. Only thing that you have to do is perform test. You need to know how to perform testing in real-time projects. How to perform testing? You'll get the documentation. You need to convert the documentation. After understanding the documentation, you need to convert the documentation into this kind of project. And don't work on the original project you created. Duplicate that project and you perform on that. Once this is done, again duplicate this and again work on that. Okay, that's the best way. Okay, that's the best way of working. Otherwise, you have to again do a lot of hard work again and again in creating the original project in this Postman tool. Okay. Anyhow, while performing testing, a lot of values will change and original format will get disturbed. Okay. So it's better you create a duplicate copy and then work on that. Okay. Fine. Then next. So this thing you are done, right? You can, what you can do. I told you all these options, right? Group of APIs, creating collection using place, rename default, how to rename them. Okay. Add a request under the collections from request site and save. I did that. Grouping requests under collections using folders. I did that. Next thing is sharing collections to the team member. If you want to share this collection to the team member, how to share this? Click on these three dots. The original one. Okay. The original one I want to share with my team members. How to share that? Click on share option. Once you click on the share option, okay, you can give your email address of your team members and share them. Okay. Or you can copy this link. Share via API or run it. Copy link. You can copy this link and you can share like that also. Collection share via JSON link. Okay. What is that JSON link? Copy link. Let's see. This is the link that is coming here. Or there's one more way. Just give me a second. Okay. How to do this? Select this and you have an option to share. If I remember properly, export option is also there. Okay. You can export the JSON format also. Okay. You can export this in JSON and then that file they can use for importing. Okay. You can invite them, share this URL. Okay. Export JSON. When you export JSON, a JSON file will be exported. You can store the required location. Request.postman collection JSON. Save all. Save. The file has been. Now tomorrow, if you want to work on it, you need to click on import. The team member will click on import and just click on this file. You see in your location where you have saved this JSON file, select that and say open. This collection already existed is saying, otherwise, import as a copy, you say another copy will be created for you. Okay. Clear guys? How to share with your team members is clear. How to share this project that you have created in your a Postman tool with your team members is clear. Once converted from the documentation to the Postman, all these options will be there, guys. You need to know. Okay, I'll delete this. Click on delete and just type delete. Only one copy. I'll keep it for now. This is the original one. While I'm sharing, I'll do that. Fine. So next, this part is done, guys. How to create workspaces, collections, and project and everything I covered here in a detailed manner. What happens in real time, I covered to you. The next thing that you need to understand about is VPN certificates and proxy settings in Postman tool, guys. Okay. Sometimes what happens is some client will ask you to connect to VPN for this particular things to one virtual private network. Okay. To hit this request and request need to hit the server. The server is actually in a VPN network. The client is actually hosted a server in a virtual private network for security reasons. In that case, if you don't connect to VPN, can you perform API testing? Guys, in your computer machine, if you don't connect to the VPN, can you perform API testing? Server which is actually processing your API request is in the VPN, in a virtual private network. the client doesn't give you the access of the VPN, can you perform testing of the APIs? Will you be able to hit this API request to the server which is in there running in the VPN, virtual private network? No, right? So the client will give you the information over email like this is a username, this is a password, and how to connect to the VPN. There are a lot of softwares using which you can install VPN connector kind of softwares, and you can enter the details like username, password, and once your network, okay, once you connect to that client network, that virtual private network where the client is asking you to connect to perform the API testing, then only you can perform the API testing. That's one thing you need to know. That's one thing you need to know. Okay. VPN certificates and proxy settings. APIs are not open sources like requests. Okay. Whatever the example I have taken, the client may not put their APIs like this kind of open, right? Will the client will put all these APIs like this? Okay. From a remote place, you are getting the documentation and all. Will client will put all the APIs like request.in like as open as this one? It will be like this, the APIs in real time? No. In real time, okay, if the developers are working at your side, there is a possibility that no VPN is required. But if the developers are at the client side and client team is in a client team and developers are at different location and software testers are remotely working, in that kind of situations, the client may give you some VPN connection settings. Without connecting to VPN, you cannot perform testing, guys. Okay, so API testing also you cannot perform. So in that situations, you using some VPN softwares, you can connect to VPN and then perform testing. That's one thing. Next thing is we have to, after the VPN is connected, still some clients will ask you to add some certificate. Okay, without the certificates, okay, for connecting for making connection between client and server using Postman in real time, sometimes the clients will ask you to make a VPN connection using some VPN softwares. Lot of VPN softwares will be there in the market, guys. Okay, how to or let's go here and go with this ChatGPT. Connecting connecting to VPN from my machine. Okay. Press enter. How to connect to VPN from my machines or this kind of prompt review. You see, add a VPN connection. Go to settings, network and internet in your computer machine. Okay. And internet. Network and internet. Settings. Let's go with settings and network and internet, this option. Here VPN option is there. Click on VPN option, add VPN, and here connection name. This details client will give you. What username, what password, what is the connection name, server address or URL. All these details the client will give you. Accordingly, you connect to the VPN. Once the computer is connected to VPN, then you are eligible to perform the testing. Okay, perform the tests. Then your APIs will run. Next problem that you may encounter here is we have to add the certificate. Client may give you some certificates, guys. Okay, we have to add a certificate. Uh, okay, to make the client connect with the server, certificates may be required. Okay, so next thing is certificate to be added for performing API testing. Postman tool like that. If you ask, you'll get all the information about the certificates. Direct settings are there. I'll tell you what exactly you have to do here. Just close all this stuff. Just close all this stuff. Okay. Where was that actually? Here. Or the top level settings will be there. Click on settings. In the settings, your certificates option will be there. Add and manage SSL certificates on a per domain basis. Okay. And if some certificates are required for performing, or the client may share you some files like PM files. Okay. Does client deploy code on server means what is that question path? What code? What code you are talking about, Path? Can I get more details of your question? API code means what is API code? Why API code will be there? That's wrong, right? No. You see, what will be there? Application code will be there. Got it? I told you in the beginning of the sessions, right? A client side, server side. Server side code will be written by, right, like Java or backend languages, like, okay, all these things will be there. And I gave you a lot of, in last sessions, I told you like how the code that is deployed on the server side, okay, how the code is deployed on the server side. Backend code is backend code for required for developing the application like PHP language or whatever the language you make. Okay, you develop the code that you host on the server, right? I told you how the code will be hosted. All the technical stuff already covered to you, and how this will be enabled for API. Also, I covered you. A lot of things I covered you in the last sessions. If you understand that concepts, okay. So what will be there? The server, the code will be running where? The application code will be running where? Client side or server side? Tell me, Parth. Server side, right? But if the server is in a virtual private network, but the client Postman is something out of the that network, then will our request will be hit to the server, which is running on a virtual private network, means no one is accessible there. If you have the credentials to connect to that virtual private network, then only you are allowed, right? A gate is closed. Can your request will go and hit the server, Parth? No, right? So now you got it right. Hope you got the answer for your question. Right, that's the reason virtual private network connection we need to make, okay, because we have installed this Postman tool in our computer machine which is not connected to the virtual private network. If it is not part of this, how your request will go and hit the server which is actually running in a virtual private network? If in case, so there may be some situations in real time where the developers who are building this code for the application or who are enabling this APIs for the application, they have deployed the code in the server which is actually in our company network only. In that case, VPN is required. In that case, VPN is required. The code, the server is running in my company machine on company network only. In that case, VPN is required. No. In some situations, you may encounter a situation where the client is having a private network where all their servers are running, and client is asking you to perform this API testing, but your computer machine is not connected to the VPN network where the server is actually hosted in their virtual private network of the client. I mean, the client. In that case, what will happen? Gone, right? It's not possible. Okay, that's what is the context I was explaining. Next thing is about the certificates, guys. Okay. So to perform API testing in Postman with client certificates are required often for secure or internal APIs. Okay, you need to configure certificates in for security purpose. Client certificates are required. Here, how you can add a certificate in Postman and make authenticate request using HTTPS. If in case certificates are required for performing the APIs, then this is okay. You'll need to add a certificate if API server requires mutual TLS, MTLS. Okay, you are accessing internal private APIs secured with client certificates. Okay, so the client side certificates, without that you cannot hit the APIs, and the APIs cannot process the API request cannot be processed by the server. Okay, so like that, some certificates or keys are required. So in that case, I told you, right, in Postman you can actually upload the PEM, okay, public certificate like CRT PEM, or private key will be given to you, or some kind of different stuff. So how to go to the Postman tool and configure the certificates? Go to settings first. After that, click on the settings icon. Click on settings. In that, go to certificates. Then if the client will give you PEM files, that public certificates, then go and select this and upload that certificate if it is given to you. If not, the client has given some other certificate. Click on this and give all the details of the certificates. Okay, which type of certificate, you can select this file, and all those stuff. Okay, all these details will be given to by the client if it is required for you to perform the API testing, okay, or by the developers, okay, if they are required to be added. Clear, guys? Clear about the certificates? Guys, clear about the certificates? Without adding the if the certificates are there, and if without adding the certificates, can you perform API testing? Can you perform API testing? If the certificates are there and you are not adding the certificates, you cannot perform. Okay. Okay. Then next one is about the proxy, guys. Next one is about the proxy. Next one is about the proxy. Here, click on settings and go to settings. If proxy settings are need to be made, okay, you need to make some proxy configurations. Okay. So your username, password, and are required to proxy means what is proxy, guys? Via some different way you are performing the testing. Okay, not in a general way. Via proxy, the requests are being sent. Okay, so proxy. Let's search for proxy here. Proxy. Your testing APIs that require routing through a corporate proxy. Okay, you want to go in a there is a route in which you have to go for performing the testing. Okay, via this corporate proxy only. For security reasons, this will be required. You want to intercept traffic, which tools like Buzzsprout and all your network restrict direct connections. Okay, directly you cannot approach the server, but via this proxy route only you have to approach the server. Okay, the proxy sits between the Postman tool, that is this particular tool, and the server. Okay, following request, and via the proxy only the request will go to the API server. Okay, so then bypassing the network restrictions and all those stuff, the proxy will be there, and then only the testing can be done. So in that case, we have to do the proxy settings, like we have to set all these things, proxy server details, port numbers, okay, all these details you have to give and then perform the testing. Where you can do that? For that, click on the settings icon, go to settings, click on proxy, okay, then give all these details. Okay, if you want to set some custom proxy configuration, select this, whether it is HTTP or HTTPS. If it's only supporting HTTPS, only go with this. If supporting both, you select this and give the proxy server details, port number. Okay, if authentication is required, enable this and give the username, password, and then your proxy will be bypassed and you will be able to perform the rest. Fine. So these kind of things may happen in real time, guys. Okay, these are all details related to the real time where this kind of configurations need to be made by you before you actually perform testing. Though you have received the documentation from the developers, though you have added all these requests to your Postman tool, but if you don't have this knowledge about this VPN certificates and proxy servers which are required to be added by the testing team to their Postman tools or whatever the API testing tools they are using for testing purpose before you start testing, then can you perform testing? If it is required and if you have not done it, then can you perform testing, guys? No, it's not possible for us to perform the testing. So you have to make sure that you do these configurations before you start performing the testing, or find out if any reasons the things are not happening, find out if there are such kind of things required to perform the testing. Yes, client will give you or the developers will give you. Okay. Yeah, any respective team will give you. There's no particular thing that I can say here. It all depends on company to company and depends on the projects and how the process is going on. In some small companies, developers will directly give you. If the developers are in-house, developers will directly give you. The developers are at the client side POC will, you need to ask the question to the client side POC will contact the developers at their side. You don't have to worry who is actually doing all the stuff, okay? If it's at your end, you can directly go to the developers and get the details. If it's not at your end, okay, if the developers are on site, they're working in different remote location and you need to go and contact with you have the general contact details about the project, right? You will generally discuss with your client side POC. That POC will get the details for you, okay? Clear, Chetan? In real time that will be there. Okay, you cannot exactly say that it will be there with developers, DevOps team. It can be there with anyone. Okay, but we need to go and find out with whom the details are there and we need to get the details. When you are working on the project you will come to know that. Okay, who will be giving you the things for you for performing testing. Next thing about is yeah, any other questions here? Yeah, Joel, simple how to share this is you need to export it, Joel. Okay, you need to export this. Okay, so how to export this? Select this project that you want to share. Okay, just go to more and you have this export option. Then select one of these options and click on export. JSON file will be, you can save this. Okay, you can, when you save this, JSON file will be saved. Then your team member who are need to import, right? They will click on the import button in their workspace. Select the file and go to the location where the exported, I mean, shared JSON file is there. This file will be shared by the one who has exported, right? Now you can simply open and click on import as a copy, or since it is already there, it's coming as import as a copy. Otherwise, it will come as import. If you select import, it will come here. Clear? Yeah, that's it. The next one here is, okay. Next one here is accessing Postman documentation. You see, I explained a lot of stuff for you, but despite of I have explained a lot of stuff for you, every topic is like an ocean, is or no? Guys, every topic you take for learning, is this like a ocean? Ocean of content? Yes, right? Lot of things will be there. I may not be knowing, with my experience, have experienced only few things. With your experience, you have experienced few things, but lot of things will be there in the while performing API testing or the tools, lot of information will be there. So from where you can learn the Postman, well, with whatever the information I have given you, and tomorrow if you come across some situation, you should not depend on me, right? Should not depend on me, right? Should find some resource where you can get all the information, you can ask it and all those stuff. One of the simplest way is ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT will help you in all the means. Okay. Whenever you are performing testing, if you don't know something, you can go to ChatGPT and ask it. That's one way. Or you can go with official documentation of the Postman. I'll show you where the official documentation will be there. Open the Postman tool. Open the Postman tool and click on this. Just close this, guys. Okay. Click on the settings. In the settings, in the settings, click on settings. Just click on settings, and here last section about will be there in the settings, and here learning center will be there. Okay. I think that is learning center or documentation. The names may differ. Just click on the learning center for now. Just click on learning center and the documentation will come. Okay, the names may change, that's okay. Learning center, and you have all the information about the Postman. You can become as good as possible with the Postman. Okay, in and out of the Postman with a lot of screenshots and everything will be there. Get started. Okay, welcome. You see, you can go with this and understand this Postman first steps, overview of the Postman. First step with the Postman, what you have to do and everything is there. Download the Postman, how to download a Postman. Send a request, how to send a request to the Postman. You see, screenshots are also given. Can you see that? How good they have given the work? Okay, they are like so better, right? So whenever you have a time, just go here and do all this R&D. A lot of things you can do with Postman, guys. I cannot explain each and everything for you, how to create a collection. You see, each and everything is there. Okay, when you have time, explore this documentation and learn by yourself. Documentation is pretty good. Okay, documentation is pretty good, guys. You can go to this documentation. Okay, and then learn this. Okay, Postman basics are also there. Overview of the Postman basics. Then Postman interface. You see, explaining everything. What is this called as sidebar, header, workbench, footer, right sidebar. Okay, Postman elements. Wherever required, they are sharing the screenshots also. So be aware of that. Okay, Postman bot is also there. Many things. Even I don't know about few things. Okay, are there. Code extensions are there. Collaboration. Lot of things. You can use the Postman to. Okay, to a great extent. Signups, settings. You see what settings are there, what you have to configure, installations and configurations. Or you can actually simply search here. If you don't know how to browse through this documentation where the required information is there, you can type your question here, that will come. For example, I want to find about proxy. Okay. Configure Postman to use a proxy server. Select this and you get the information. Client, proxy, via proxy only, your request will go to the server. You see how beautiful they have gained the information. Okay. Then, then click on the settings. Okay. Settings gear, settings, proxy tab. Go there, give the username, password, and many other details they have given. You see what are the different options available. How to set up the configure the proxy. Everything is given in this documentation, guys. This will come very handy for you. Just note that point. Okay. Fine. Everyone clear with the API Postman documentation, how to go there and how to use it for your purpose while learning or while using the Postman tool. You see, everything you cannot learn by yourself. I may be using Eclipse ID tool or whatever that is, but I may not know in and out of each and every tool, right? So when needed, I'll go in. I cannot learn the entire dictionary, right? Every word in the dictionary, I cannot learn it. When required, I'll go and use the dictionary. Similarly, documentation also the same thing you have to follow. Okay. Then what is the next one? Next one is global variables in Postman tool. Next one is global variables in Postman tool. So here, for example, I'll show you an example of a global variable, guys. Okay, just come here. And can you clearly see here? Today it's good. Today it's good. That I'll open one post request here. What's happening? Why it's not coming? Just click on that. Yeah, it came. You see, there is a high possibility that this part may change. Tomorrow, the client will give you another application for testing, but the API endpoints are same. But just this part is changing. Request. It may be request 1, request 2 tomorrow. Will this change, yes or no? Yes. It may be request.com. It may change, yes or no? Tell me. Every time the testing URL will be same or different. It may change. There's a possibility that high possibility this will change. So this is repeating everywhere, right? Here it is there in every API request it is there. So tomorrow it changes. I need to go manually here and modify this. Instead of doing that, what I can do here is what I can do here is I can go and where is that part, guys? Let me check that. No, not this one. The options are changing, guys. That's okay. Options are changing here. Mm, yeah. Click on add. Initial value. This is the one. Correct. Okay, this is the one. The options will keep changing. Just don't worry about that. Just click on this. You see, when you click on this, and here on the right side, you see variables in this request. Okay, variables in this request. Some option is there. Just click on that option, and you can see environment variables, collection variables, global variables, vault variables. No global variables in this workspace. So in this workspace, whatever the variables I create will be accessed everywhere in the total workspace by all these collections, projects, and all. Only if in the collection you want to access that variable as a global, then you need to select that. Okay, no variable defines in this collection. Only in this variable, only in this collection that variable will be accessed. Okay, so like that, you can go with anything. So I'll go with this global for now. Click on add, and then here I need to give the variable, guys. I need to give the variable. What variable I am going to give? Just I'll click on this, and then I'll take this. This is repeated, right? I'll just copy this request.in. Then click on this and global variables. I'll go here. So here initial value and current value. I'll give that value. Okay. In the initial and current value, I need to give the value, and here I need to give the variable name. That is nothing but server address, right? Application address or server address, whatever you want to give that variable name as, give that name. That's it. And save it. Once you save it, copy this server address, come to this request, and here, instead of hard coding this, remove this part and provide double starting curly brace, double ending curly brace, and paste it. Got it? Like this. Double starting and ending. Okay? You have to paste like this. Double starting and ending. Clear, guys? Double starting and ending, you have to paste like this. Now, same thing. The advantage will come when you copy this and paste it in every request, okay, in place of request.in. Because tomorrow, if something changes, what I have to do? I need to go to the global variables and modify this at a single place. I don't have to come to this every endpoint and then modify this, right? Everywhere it is required, I'll just go there and paste it, okay? Users, under the users, list users, okay? So I need to carefully create the projects because whatever the headache I'm going to get tomorrow, I'm going to resolve today. Okay, this is prone to change. When the application URL changes, this is prone to change. So it's better, you give that as a global variable or a workspace variable or collection variable, whatever it is, according to your requirements. And then I generally prefer to provide workspace because in workspace all the collections will be of the same project, but they will be duplicated in nature. So I'll generally prefer to give workspace. So then go here, everywhere I'll modify. Tomorrow this URL changes, what I have to do, right? Tomorrow this URL changes, what you have to do? I need to save. I don't know whether I'm saving or not, but I'll try to. Okay, this is not there. Update user using patching is gone. Okay, maybe I need to copy this. I think we didn't forgot to work on that. Okay, then body, raw, JSON. Here, this also copy this and give it same here. Save this. Okay, then this is done. This is done. Let's go from here and see, save it. Just keep on clicking on save. Things may not save if you don't save. This is already saved. This is already saved. Then come here, delete. For delete also, we have to give server. You see, by default only it's coming. Okay, server address. It's okay. Click on save. That's it. We are done. Okay. Now come back here. You see, already we have created the variable, right? What is that variable? This is a variable, server address. Tomorrow if it changes, what you have to do? You have to update it here. Got it? The server address is nothing but the variable that if tomorrow if it is required, you can update it here. Okay? Clear? Clear everyone? You don't have to go to each and every request URL and modify this. Rather, change it here. It will get updated here. Okay? That's what is the purpose. Clear, Narendra Prasad? Okay. Yeah, we are hard coding the server, hard coding the host name or server address, whatever it may be. Okay? Fine. So this is one of the advantage of the global variables in Postman tool, guys. Wherever required, you can do that. Okay. So tomorrow the UI may change. It may not be always same. So you need to explore your Postman tool or go to the documentation of Postman tool and get the details. Okay. Fine. The next one here we have is request and response sections in Postman tool. Request and response sections in Postman tool. API testing. Okay. Request and response sections in Postman tool. So request section. What is response section? Saving response into a file. What are these? You see, just a high level things about this thing, guys. Okay. So what is the request section in this area? This part is a request. This box is called as a request. For example, let me take a screenshot and explain that. If I take a screenshot of this, okay. Now tell me which is the request section and which is the response section. In this, what is the request section? So let me draw here. This entire part is nothing but the request section. What the request section will contain? Methods will be there. Endpoint or API request URL will be there. Okay. Then here parameters, authorization, headers, body, scripts, settings, and a lot of other options that you see here is a request. This is a request section. What is the response section? This is a response section. This is a response section. Along with that, you will get the response, status code, all those other details, right? That this is the response section. Clear everyone? What is the request and response is clear? At a high level, what is request section and what is the response section is clear in the Postman tool. This is a request section. This is a response. Okay. After you hit the API request, after server processes the request and sends a response, the result will come in the response section. All the details that you send along with the method, this API request with a lot of endpoints, tail URLs, protocols, etc., etc. All those stuff will come under the request along with this body, JSON, raw, all this stuff, parameters, authorization, headers. Everything will come under the request. The response will come as a response. Okay. So when you go here and say list users and just click on send button. So here body, cookies, headers, test results or this status code, how much time it took. Okay. Or this is nothing but response section. You can also save a response. You can click on the save button and you can save a response. A lot of features are there here. You can save the response also. Okay. You see, you have saved the response. Just go here. Save response to file options are also there. Click on save response to file and you can. So for future purpose, if you want to save this response, because sometimes when you keep on hitting the things, right, the results will get updated, right? The response will get updated, yes or no? While you're performing testing, the response will get updated, right? If I hit for the second time, I may get a different response. I will not get the response which I got earlier sometimes. But you want to showcase this kind of response I got to your developer as part of the defect. What you will do? In that kind of cases, you can either save the response like this or save it to the file and share it to the developer. Got it? Or you can clear the response also. Okay, you can delete this response also. Clear, guys? Why response need to be saved is clear for you. Sometimes we'll get some response which is having some defects or something which is not came in a proper way. So it is not frequently coming. Sometimes it is coming when you are performing testing and you want to showcase that to the developer, and you can attach that response to the developer file. Okay, as a proof that some defect is coming irregularly kind of stuff. Okay, a lot of options are there in the Postman tool, guys. This is one of them. Okay, so you understood this part also, right? then then one of the person has one of the student is asking me a question, right? Can we run all the things together like that? They were asking me, right? Yes, that is possible. Run multiple requests at a time. So do one thing, whatever the level you want to run, that folder you select. Okay, when you select that, you will get this run option. Can you see the run option? When I select get user and click on the run option, how many requests are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only the 6 requests will run. Okay, when I click on this run, the 6 requests will run one by one. Okay, here you see some options are coming. You can deselect or select what you want to run, what you don't want to run, customize that, and click on the run. You see, they will run one by one. You see, first list user has run, then single user has run. Okay, this kind of features are also there. This kind of features are also there where they will run one by one. View all runs. Okay, just go here again and click on this run again. Lot of settings are there. Just click on that. What is happening? Let's see. No test found. Up to here only it came. Remaining were not running. I don't know what is the reason, but okay. One iteration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, fine. Maybe duplicated or we don't know, but let's find it out next. What if I want to run the entire project? Select this project and click on run option. Just click on that. You see, under each and everything, a lot of things came. Click on run request and see what is happening. For not for maybe API key related stuff, unauthorized. How to overcome this problem, guys? Tell me. How to overcome this problem of this API problem? Few things are working, few things are not working. And if I go here and see, okay, some information is coming, some information is not coming. For this one, missing API key is coming. How to overcome this problem? Have to go to headers and add the API key, right? So fine. So just go here. So just wait. How to add the API key at the workspace or collection level in Postman tool instead of for every API request. In collections tab, hover your collection, click on three dots, click on edit authorization tab. Okay, the collection, click on these three dots. Next one, what they said. Choose edit, they are saying. Is there any edit here? No, right? Here we have headers, but yeah, when I select this, authorization is already there here, right? Just go to authorization. Here, select the authorization, that is API key, and add the key and value you need to add. Go to request.in now. Go to request.in, get API key, and here copy this part. Then go with this request free v1. Go and paste this here. That's it. Click on. I think it will be saved. Now select this and click on save. Click on run. Let's see what will happen. Run collection. Just click on run request. Let's see what is happening now. All the APIs which are there in this collection are running. Okay. So many other options are there here, guys. You can explore the Postman tool. You can do a little bit of performance testing where you want to run the same thing multiple times also. Okay. I want to run same things multiple times. For example, this login and select and click on run. When I click on the run option, then I click on the run option, I'll get this run options here. You see iterations is there and some delay is also there. If you want with a delay, you can do that. If you want to run the same things multiple times, let's say I want to run 10 times. Two API requests I want to run 10 times. Intentionally, I want to generate the traffic like that. Okay. Click on run request to see they are running. You see 10 times they will run. You can also see the results here. Okay. How many times they are running. First time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, eighth time, ninth time, 10th time. Okay. Are we getting proper things? Are they working properly? On little bit of performance. It's not dedicated performance testing tool, but few things we can do. Okay. And many other things are possible like And when you click on this run again they are running, right? Okay, let it run. Fine. Once run, new run, I'll say, new run. And here, I want to run only one time, but with a delay, okay? With a delay of, 2000 milliseconds, okay? After this runs, after 2 seconds delay, 2 seconds delay, this will run. Immediately, it will not run. It will wait for 2 seconds and run the second one. After the first one is completed, 2 seconds, it will run the second one, okay? Like that kind of options are there. We don't have to go with each and every option here. I can understand. But this much is enough, guys, okay? This much is enough. Then we have this API test cases creation. Okay, so I'll be covering about this tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow at the same time we'll connect. But today this much is enough. Tomorrow I'll cover this part. Okay, how to perform the actual testing I'll cover tomorrow. Just today, Postman and how to get into the real-time feel, how to get the things ready in the Postman tool. Okay, all those things I am explaining. Okay, actually I should not be performing the testing here. Okay, I should be performing the testing here, guys, without changing the details. Okay, let's keep this as it is, or maybe we can rename the original one, rename, and say uh, for copy, original. Okay, original, and we'll work on this. We can rename this as test one. We did the testing, so I'm just taking test one, and I can duplicate this tomorrow if required. Okay, and go on. No, I'll not teach everything for you. Okay, I'll try my level best of whatever I can teach. Okay, so I'll not go to the extent. Okay, where you are expecting. So whatever that are required generally in real API testing that I'm going to cover. Okay, I'll not explain each and every topic. I'll try to explain as much as possible, but not every topic. It depends on the size of the project because it all depends. Like how many manual testers are required in general testing, same way the same answer will be there, Chetan. Okay, depending on the size of the project, it's not like you'll be only performing API testing, right? It is not like you'll be only performing API testing, right? Everyone has to perform everything. So you'll be doing API testing, you'll be doing UI testing, everything one by one. Okay, so it depends on the size of the project. So if you want a proper example, like we were testing a mobile application where we were only two testers. Okay. And whatever the project have worked, we were only two testers. We were taking care of API testing, all the things, all the testing activities like UI testing, everything. Okay. Starting from the beginning of the project to the ending of the project, every activity we have done. So that was a mobile application. Okay. Is that clear, Chetan? Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone from today's session? Guys, you have any questions from today's session? So we'll be going for API testing tomorrow, and I'll see if any other details are pending. I'll cover that tomorrow. Okay. For today, this much is enough. Tomorrow, how to create test cases. Yeah, that's it. Okay. How to create the actual tests for each and every API. How many tests we can create and how to create the tests and all those stuff. Okay. All those details I'm going to cover tomorrow. Clear? What we have to verify, what we have to test, everything will come tomorrow. With whatever the collection we have created, right? We'll be using all these API things and then we'll be learning that tomorrow. What we have to test and how many ways we can test, what are the positive test cases, what are the negative test cases, okay? How to verify, all those things I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to demonstrate that tomorrow for you first. After that, any additional topics are there, I'll cover them. Okay, that's the plan for tomorrow. Clear, Ramu? Validations, verifications, testings, whatever you call, I'm going to cover tomorrow, Ramu. Okay? Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Anyone have any other questions? I'll be sharing this. Okay, we are done. So guys, that's all for today. Let's meet tomorrow. I'll post the details in the group. From there you can join. Okay. Take care, guys. Bye. Yeah, welcome, guys. Bye. Take care.